Obama's white flag on Obamacare. That's what we'll talk about today. In probably the most cynical move you could imagine, Barack Obama has just announced that he's going to delay the implementation of Obamacare's requirement that employers cover their employees until 2015. What's magic about 2015? He claims it's more time to get the paperwork organized. Now, the fact is that it's after the elections of 2014. Think about it. This is to protect the Democratic senators who passed this monstrosity in the first place from having to get reelected, taking account of the harm they've done. Postpone the harm and get in another election before they do that. Absolutely incredible. He didn't want his people to have to run for re-election with reports of layoffs and of downsizing and of companies just paying the fine and not offering health insurance. He couldn't handle that. Now, of course, we're still going to be obliged as individuals to make sure we have health insurance policies. But that's such a total fraud. The way it's going to work is that you have to pay a health insurance premium set by one of the insurance exchanges. So the least expensive bronze plan, they call it, for an individual, probably run about $5,000 a year, $4,000 to $5,000 a year. And you have to pay 10%, 9.5% of your income, your adjusted disposable income, meaning pre-tax, pre-deductions, 10% of that income on a health insurance premium before you get the first dime of subsidy. So an individual who's making like $35,000 a year is going to have to pay $3,500 for health insurance, and then he'll get a subsidy of $1,000 from the federal government. He's not going to do that. Why should he do that? He's healthy. He didn't want insurance in the first place. He hasn't been covered so far. What he's going to do is pay the fine, and the fine is huge. It's $67 for the first year. It goes up to several thousand as the years pass, but to create no sticker shock, it's a tiny fine. So nobody's going to get coverage. This is absolutely ridiculous. The only people that will get coverage will be the people who desperately need it, who are sick, who have pre-existing conditions, and so on. And those folks are going to flock in and get coverage. And that will raise the insurance premiums for everybody in the country, doubling or tripling the insurance premiums for people who currently have coverage. That's what it's going to accomplish. And he doesn't want that mayhem to get cut loose before the elections take place. And he's got a point. The Republicans are very close to taking control of the Senate. You know, if you think back to the period before Obamacare was proposed by President Obama, the concept of health reform was, how do you get employers to offer policies to their employees? The individual mandate was kind of an afterthought. And now this absolute core of this program is being delayed, not for any objective reason at all, just simply because he knows that it's going to create political mayhem and he wants Congress reelected before that. How cynical can you get? Thanks for watching, and happy July 4th weekend.